In that mix, too, back in the 30s, they just weed got out the window, but along with the baby on the bathwater went hemp. And hemp is proven in many eras as a wonderful plant in many ways to do a lot of different things, from oil to make clothing. I mean, again, they just missed the boat, didn't they?
Well, it's the hypocrisy of the, it's the same people like these guys. What was his name? And the governor of South Carolina, Stanford.
Yeah.
These are the senator from, I believe it was Utah, Ensign, and the evangelical hypocrites that preach morals and how we all should live as they're having affairs and have the skeletons come out of their closet. So it's campaign rhetoric and political hypocrisy that brought about so many of these laws. And at the same time, they give the biggest criminals and crooks a free ride, as we've seen what's happened on Wall Street and how they've raped the American public and the world, for that matter, of their riches by coming up with these financial schemes that have robbed people of their future. Well, they'll arrest the person that's robbed the 7-Eleven 3 times. 3 strikes, you're out, and you're in jail for the rest of your life. So it's this Anglo-Saxon hypocrisy that keeps popping up over and over again.
I thought the SEC's contrition over the Madoff scandal was sort of like, oh, I'm sorry, the dog ate my homework. Did it cut it for you?
Oh, of course. It's just, as I said, by the way, I began my career in politics. Out of graduate school, I was running the mayoral campaign in Yonkers, New York, and worked in Westchester politics, taught political campaigning at St. John's University, and was an assistant to the Secretary of the New York State Senate. And that was the worst job I ever had. I'd be talking to my pal in the back of the Senate chambers. The senator would walk in, and my friend, like a little puppy dog, would follow the senator and pull out his chair to help him sit down. And I saw right firsthand, of course, that the way you get to the top on politics is to grovel your way up, suck your way up to the top. And I also worked as the government affairs specialist in Washington throughout the 70s. So I saw what it looks like, and it's a disgusting spectacle. And how anyone could absolutely believe a politician is beyond me. I can't believe that people haven't grown up yet and call these lame people their leaders.
Town hall meetings are springing up across America as we speak, and they're giving polls from both sides of the House. Holy hell. Anger seems to be rising. Are we going to see more of this, Gerald?
We're seeing the beginning of the Second American Revolution, and it's a trend we had forecast. The tax protests is back as far as 2007 when Bush was president. It has nothing to do with right-wing nuts or conservative fringe elements. As a Bronx boy, my saying is when people lose everything and they have nothing left to lose, they lose it. And people are losing it. They're losing their homes. They're losing their jobs. They're losing their futures. Kids are graduating college with these worthless degrees that can't get jobs, and they're deep in debt. And at the same time, they're watching the rip-offs, the Madoffs, the schemes and the scandals going on in Wall Street that the American people are bailing out, and their property taxes are going up, their sales taxes are going up. 30 states have raised taxes. So this is the beginning. The first shot was fired on April 15th with the tax protests and tea parties. The second shot was fired on the 4th of July, again, with taxation without representation movements throughout the country. And the third shot was fired in the protest against the so-called health care reform. So this is just the beginning. The Second American Revolution has begun.
The subprime real estate market has been debated over and over again. It added really gasoline to the fire, we found out. What do you see in the cards for housing? There's still a lot of pain to come in your country, Gerald?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. The Deutsche Bank they're forecasting that by 2011, more than half of the homes with mortgages will be worth less than their mortgages are worth, so they'll be underwater. We're going to start seeing readjustments, adjustable rate mortgages being readjusted, and we're going to see a commercial real estate collapse. That's the next one to happen. They talk about the subprime problem. They love to blame it on the little people. How about all these leveraged buyouts, all these firms that acquired other firms with virtually no money down and cheap credit? That's where we're going to see the big collapse. The commercial real estate sector is being still held together by the Federal Reserve, they have a program called TALF, T-A-L-F. I love these acronyms.
Yeah.
Termed Asset-Backed Loan Facility. Could you imagine they're loaning commercial real estate developers, giving them free money basically to keep the scam and the scheme alive? So that's going to be the next crash. And when that crashes, there's going to be no bottom. Current events form future trends. Gold is now over $1,000 an ounce. The dollar is at the yearly low against the euro. The whole world is going to be bailing out against bucks. You can't keep printing phantom money out of thin air, based by nothing and backed by nothing, without destroying the economy.
Pretty stark outlook, so I want to swing over to something that's very charming. I just ordered a book that I can't wait to get in from Amazon. Tell us about your book, what ZZ gave Homeboy.
Honey Boy.
Honey Boy, I'm sorry, can't even read my own writing.
Well, that's all right. My Zidzi is the Neapolitan dialect for auntie. She was my aunt. Yeah. And I was going through a terrible divorce after being married for 23 years. And I took I used to go visit Zidzi every week. He was living in Rhinebeck, New York, north of New York City, and she lived down near the city. So on my way back and forth, I'd visit her. And one day I was there, and I was washing the dishes. She could hardly walk, and she said to me, "You know, Gerald, I was listening to the news all day yesterday. What a bunch of expletive deleted. They must think we're all morons." And I took her words, what she kept saying, and I realized that this was an America today that was an America very different from when I grew up. And the values and morals of the past were long gone. And this is a book about what America was and what it could again become through the eyes of my Aunt Zidzi. And it's my favorite work, actually, of all the writing that I've ever done and continue to do.
I can't wait to get the book. As I said a moment ago, I just ordered it. You can get it in Canada, by the way, at chapters.ca or through Amazon.com. I have a picture, although you've all given us a picture of your aunt already, but a picture of hers, sort of like Marty Scorsese's mom playing Joe Pesci's ma in Goodfellas, you know, one of those charming ladies that know more than a lot of people. Gerald, we'll let you go. I know you're terribly busy at Trends Research. We really appreciate the input here, and to you and your team, the very best for the fall season. We'll look to your guidance in the next couple of weeks for sure.
Oh, we'll be coming out with a new Trends Journal very shortly. And by the way, you could also order what Zizzy gave Honey Boy through our website, trendsresearch.com.
And by the way, people, I can't believe that Mr. Celente and team are doing the subscription for Trends Journal for $99. I think it's way too low, Gerald, but I think it's very reasonable. Thanks very much.
Well, one more thing. If people can't afford it, we know people are going through difficulty, for them to let us know, and we'll try to do anything we can to make it available to them.
Thank you, Gerald.
Thank you.
Comments made on goldradio.fm are an expression of opinion